I find that this week was a rather interesting trading week in terms of volume as well as momentum. It's like the entire market slowed down. And the reason for this, because investors, everyone alike, was buzzing about the SpaceX IPO and the potential that it would have on the market going forward. But while people were focused on that, well, we stayed focused on the charts and what could potentially pay us for this week.
Are you really trading? Or are you a scrubby trader?
Welcome back, everyone, to Finesse Friday. This is where each and every single Friday I'll break down our swing trades for the week, not only the setup, not only the mindset, but also the discipline and the consistency behind it all. With that said, our official swing trade for the week happens to be AXP, that is American Express, and today it has hit our first target range. All right, cool. So besides that, we know that SpaceX has IPO'd. It was probably IPO'd around in terms of hit the market live to be able to trade at 11:45, give or take. It opened at 150 and currently it is trading around $170. Slow movement, some fluctuations, but that seems to be the buzz right now. However, what I'm going to do is dive into our AXP chart, which is our new swing trade for the week. And then I am going to dive into Google as Google finally hit our final target range. If you remember, Google was our short for the prior week. First, let's go ahead and look at Google. Then we'll move into AXP. I want you to visually see these charts. And I'll explain the thought process behind the reason why. All right, we got the Google chart up, the trend line from prior week showing the break of trend. And what I'm showing you now in reference to this trading week is the achievement of second target. Second target range for Google was basically nice gap fill. And I also had a 348 level, which is not shown on this chart exactly. We do things based off of support and resistance. Example, if we're taking a trade short, we are trading it to the nearest support level, which price has hit, hence the ping and the movement up yesterday outside of the news, mind you. This is all technicals. I don't factor in news per se. All right, so that's second target range, nice gap fill. Now, if I'm going long, more than likely we're selling into a prior resistance and vice versa. Google, excellent returns on investment when you have great option selection in terms of understanding how far out you need to go to time it just right. And as I reiterated in prior videos, it's all about your trading data. We have great data to determine if we can do 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, a month out, 2 months, etc. We know exactly the time frame in which our swing trades hit. Let's go into AXP. Now, I also provided some additional bonuses inside of Discord, but we're still waiting for them to move a little bit more than what they've done so far. And those I'll showcase next week because we should have some more movement in certain tickers, at least by next Finesse Friday. AXP was based off of a nice trend. I know you're looking at this chart, trying to understand the direction in which we provided it. We provided it long. We were looking for a nice breakout of consolidation in order for price to move higher. Once I solidify this trend line, I can do it from here. Start here of the uptrend. You can see it encompass this week, a little bit of next week, but I'm also looking at this last low and I'm going to connect it and go like this. So we can kind of see where All right, we are trending, meaning making higher lows so far, but not necessarily outside of the range, but more so to break out of the range. And a good return on investment, not as big as other high yielding option movements. From our entry point until this day in particular was the Tuesday where price was about 40 something cents from our actual first target. Options moved over 100%. Now, we did have a slight pullback, but it's all about understanding formation, understanding levels, and exactly what do they really want to do with this chart. Today hit well in not only our first target range, but at the top of the TP range when it comes to first target. And officially, the 320 calls moved about 150%. Option contracts that were priced slightly under $400 a contract, so let's say $370 to be exact, well moved into 800 plus on the upside. Now, still have momentum behind it. We'll see if price continues to trend into our second target range. Clarification, the option contracts in which I'm speaking of, they are the monthly expiration dates, which are next week's expiration. In terms of the same week expiration, as in contracts that are expiring today, those had a much higher percentage return, of course, because you're dealing with less theta. Because of our understanding of we're trying to get to second TP, hence more time on those contracts. Simple lesson for this week. Don't get caught up in headlines. The headlines will always occur. They will always be there. Stay focused on what's true. Each and every week, I'm showcasing the exact same structure that keeps us not only consistent, but profitable each and every week. So the question is, did we finesse the markets? Yes, we finessed the markets this week. But I also want to add in this. If you are struggling with consistency as far as your swing trading is concerned, you can download our free guide. That link will be inside of the description. Also, we had a 2-day intensive that is going to be held on Sunday and this coming Monday. Well, the access no longer granted. Sorry you have missed the opportunity. For those who took advantage, congrats. I can't wait to rock out with you all. But also, we're going to provide access to the replay. That replay you do not want to miss. It is discounted. That link will also be inside the description. Now, summer's here technically for everyone that's in the north. We're all excited. Things get busy. We're going to keep the momentum and we're going to try to keep this amazing week to week winning streak. It's all about risk management at the end of the day and just understanding the structure behind it all. So for the summer, since it's here, we're going to do a free 4-day challenge. I challenge you to join. I challenge you to get understanding. I challenge you to learn a new skill set, which can truly change your life. It's not about the money at the end of the day. It's just a byproduct, but it's about the opportunities that it allows for you. Opportunities, not only that, but also what the money can provide. And that's the freedom at the end of the day, whether it's time freedom or mental freedom in terms of I don't have to worry about how I'm going to pay this or that, because you know that you're extracting income from these liquid markets. Everyone have an amazing Friday and a great rest of your weekend.